Alrighty, are we connected? 1, 2, testing. And now, oh, there we go. Alrighty, thank you guys for coming. Good evening, and before we all begin, tonight is really special for me because not only is this my first faculty recital here at Duke, it's also my first solo recital in 11 years. Well, almost solo. I'll actually be joined by a number of my fabulous faculty and colleagues like Daniel Seyfried on piano, Colin, Fullerton on classical guitar, and Andrea, Edith Moore, who is going to be joining me on a vocal duet towards the end of the program. A former student, a very smart former student, mentioned that I should stick to a script, otherwise we might be here for 2+ hours because I have a tendency to ramble a bit. So I apologize for the reading, but save us on some time. So, Existentially Me is all about radical honesty. When I turned 40, it did something to me. I got a lot more introspective, and I started asking myself hard questions about identity, purpose, my own artistic voice, instead of just trying to conform to what someone else expected of me. And tonight is my first true attempt at that. This program is intentionally eclectic to reflect the tangled mess of contradictions and randomness that is me. You'll hear a variety of genres and my attempt at their different vocal techniques, including cabaret, classical, and commercial. Each piece reflects a part of myself, some literal, some figurative, and I will be sharing stories and musings along the way. Now, after years of shrinking and hiding away, tonight I am an open book. I wanted to start the night off, though, on a lighter note, so why not dive right in with voice type, which has also happened to be a source of personal identity crisis for myself my entire life. I've never really fit in, and my voice is no exception. As a baritone, as I like to say, I'm glad I'm not a tenor is comedic therapy. It's a proud statement of identity that is constantly undermined by a siren song that you might recognize. Yet since my first voice lesson, skim ahead. Wagner, the man who saved the day, his tunes would never go astray. For they have simply no relation to Italian cheap sensation. Look, there it is again. No, this is not what this should be about, and just so there's no doubt, I'll drown it out. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
I'm glad I'm not a tenor. I never sing that low. But when it's a tenor, it's all sort of well agreeable. And so the only thing to say is Alrighty. Well, our next four pieces are going to shift into some heavier territory and lean towards the political. So this is your trigger warning. Each of our characters are facing existential struggles and moral upheaval. Now, one thing people might know is I am a bit of a news and politics junkie, and I also happen to come from the reddest part of the reddest city in the red state of Ohio. But now I'm about the deepest shade of blue you can get. Talk about both sides now, but that's later on the program. So when I watch the news anymore, I can't stop seeing the 1930s, and it's terrifying. We seem to be making all the same mistakes, and it makes me so frustrated that I often go out into my car and just yell. Because having a memory feels like a curse when you're told not to believe your lying eyes. And to me, 100,000 Stars is all about memory as an act of resistance. It's a statement of love and humanity in the face of oppression, and it's also based on the true story of two gay Jewish men during the Holocaust. It's an aria of remembrance to their love and to the nearly 100,000 LGBTQ folks who were also sent to the concentration camps. 100,000 dreams gone, 100,000 sighs, 100,000 whispers, promises and lies. The constellations change, our stories rearrange, and darkness fills the sky. 100,000 stars, love, have vanished from the sky. 100 candle flames flicker out and die. Our laughter in the night, love, when you would hold me tight, love, like shadows on a wall, nobody will recall. Will remember how starlight filled your eyes, as I will always remember the way it filled your eyes. Every star had a name, everyone was a light. What is that I hear, love? A train is passing by. Another star has vanished, fallen from the sky. Hush, my love, hush, my love, hush, my must not be afraid, love. This will not be the end. 100 million stars will be born to fill the sky again. You never are alone, love. I swear I'm by your side. There's very little light of Wiedersehen, adieu. Charlie is a man living in the height of the AIDS crisis, back when a diagnosis carried a death sentence. While speaking to his sister, he vents about his mother, who offhandedly calls his longtime and recently diagnosed partner by the wrong name. His emotions flare up in a mix of despair and fear and anger, exclaiming that his partner, Bert, is the only one who truly accepts him, and that his mother will just have to deal with it. Kurt. She called him Kurt. His name is Bert. It's been Bert 900 times she's met him. Bert with her grandkids, Bert at her opening night. For the past 5 years of my life, it's been Bert. No, all my life I've struggled and fought with her about this, hoping she'd come around. All my life, hoping she'd say, "It's okay, son." Finally I find him, and I take him home to mother, thinking now she'll come around. He was the one holding me close and saying, "It's okay, Charlie. Oh, I love you like this, love you just as you are. It's okay, I'm right here. I'm not going away." He's the best man I've ever known. She doesn't remember his name. Calls him Kurt, sends him a hug and thinks that's okay. Well, I'll be out here taking care of him. I'll be here when his health turns around. I'll be the one holding him close and saying, "You're okay, Bert. Oh, I love you like this, love you just as you are. It's okay, they'll find a cure. I'm not going away. Tell Mom, Bert isn't going Alrighty. So, the next confession of the night might not come as a total shock to many of you, but I am a lifelong Star Trek fan, the TNG era in particular, and yes, I have been to a convention. In fact, Star Trek is where most of my sense of ethics and morality and justice come from. One of the main tropes you see over and over again in science fiction in general is the man displaced in time, trying to fix the past, who ultimately will have to choose whether or not to harm a seemingly innocent person before they can become a tyrant or commit an atrocity. And this is the exact same dilemma that Starbuck is facing in his soliloquy. He knows that Captain Ahab is hell-bent on catching that white whale and is willing to to sacrifice the entire crew to do it. So, when he stumbles onto Ahab fast asleep, Starbuck has a choice. Kill the man and survive, or honor his vow and the chain of command, even if that means the death of himself and his crew. Is it murder, or survival, or an act of conscience and the only moral choice available?
Captain Ahab, I must speak with you. Sir. Ah, he is sleeping.
titled Rage, and it gives voice to grief and anger with music that feels off balance and fractured. Originally commissioned by baritone Joshua Hawkins as a way to grapple with the violent murder of his own sister at the hands of an ex-boyfriend. Now, I originally programmed this piece to help me deal with my own anger over a number of global atrocities in the news, and at the time, a recent string of political assassinations. But now, all I can think about are the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Peretti and all the other people whose names I can't remember at the hands of masked ICE agents. And the news from this morning, that we might be making the same mistake that we made after September 11th, which is a day that I remember way too well. I remember getting up that morning to take a music theory test, and I was living in one of two tall buildings. I went to school where basically there was the campus, the football stadium, and then cornfields, and everything was 4 stories or shorter, except for the 2 towers, which I was living at the second to the top floor of one of them. So I take the elevator down, oblivious to what's going on, and walk through the lobby and see this group of people standing by a TV. I thought that was kind of weird, but I don't have time for this. I have to try and get a good grade. So I took my test and came back and asked the people at the front desk what was going on. And they kind of just told me to go watch TV, and I did. And I kind of didn't stop for almost 2 weeks. I got caught up in all of the rah-rah that was going on around it that led us basically to war for 25 years and killed a lot of people from my generation, not just over there, but when they came back, addicted to drugs and getting cancer and all sorts of other things. And I kind of want to go and get in my car right now and do some yelling when I saw that we are literally doing the same stupid thing again. Now, before I begin this piece, there will be a brief intermission following it, and I promise that the next part will not be so heavy, so please come back. That said, I'd like to ask you not to clap at the end of this piece. Instead, just sit there for a moment and ponder the final question presented. script up. All right. All right. Well, as I said before, thank you all for coming back. So I know what you're thinking now. After all of that, Kermit the Frog. And yeah, that's a hard pivot that I think even Coach K would be proud of. So we're going to shift into a musical world that might feel out of place in a classical recital. Coincidentally, out of place is exactly how Mr. the Frog is feeling while sitting in a swamp and singing this song at the beginning of the Muppet movie. It's a song about hope, that he'll find his place and that thing that makes him special in this world. And I think that's something that singing has always kind of been for me. So.
It's filled with honesty and a deep sense of commitment that contentment that I envy. Now that I'm north of 40, and no, I'm not talking about the highway, I'm finding myself reflecting on the back half of life, and I'm in awe of John Denver's wisdom and insight. It's one of the many reasons I love his music so much. In fact, classical music's okay, but I'd be perfectly happy just singing his songs the rest of my life. I've been lately thinking about my life's time, of all the things I've done and how it's been. And I can't help believing in my own mind. I know I'm gonna hate to see it end. I've seen a lot of sunshine, slept out in the rain, and spent a night or two all on my own. I've known my lady's pleasures, I've had myself some friends, and spent a time or two in my own home. I have to say it now, it's been a good life all in all. It's really fine to have a chance to hang around. Lie there by the fire and watch the evening tide, while all my friends and my old lady sit and pass the pipe around, and talk of poems and prayers and promises and things that we believe in. How sweet it is to love someone, how right it is to care, how long it's been since yesterday, and what about tomorrow, and what about our dreams and all the memories we've shared. The days, they pass so quickly now, the nights are seldom long, and time around me whispers when it's cold. Changes somehow frighten me, still there's thought to smile. It turns me on to think of growing old. For though my life's been good to me, there's still so much to do. So many things my mind has never known. I'd like to raise a family, I'd like to sail away, and dance across the mountains on the moon. I have to say now, it's been a good life all in all. It's really fine to have a chance to hang around. Back in 2014, I was offered an apprenticeship contract with Florida Grand Opera. And at the time, that was actually a pretty big deal. But it came after a string of soul-crushing young artist programs that went nowhere, with low pay and years on the road staying with host families, which is nice, but not really comfortable for an introvert. So I couldn't do another outreach show for fourth graders after nearly 6 years of playing the big bad wolf, and I decided to say no. I stepped away, and I never auditioned again, or actively even pursued singing. Instead, I sold cars, because what I really wanted to do was just be home and spend time with my wife. And about a year later is when I got the call to come here and start teaching singing at Duke. In a real way, how I was feeling back then mirrored the way Jim Croce felt. In a letter he wrote to his wife back in 1973. In it, he told her that he wanted to quit the music business so he could spend time with his family. But tragically, she received it a week after he died in a plane crash. Time in a Bottle is a song about mortality and taking advantage of every fleeting moment we get with the ones that we love. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I wanna grow through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that have never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I wanna go through time with. If you'll please join me in welcoming my immensely talented friend and colleague, Andrea Edith Moore, who song, Both Sides Now, is all about perspective and how it changes as we experience more of life. It's something that I certainly have learned the truth of many times about many different things. Things that I used to believe in so strongly that were then uprooted by experiences that taught me that I really didn't know those things at all.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a joy and pleasure. Ted and I have known each other and sung together a long, long time, long before Duke.
I know, yeah.
And this is my first time singing on the stage as a faculty member, so thank you.
Welcome.
I just wanted to share that when Ted invited me to take part in this, I was honored no matter what you were going to ask me to sing. And when you said Both Sides Now, I really was touched because this is what I sang at the bedside of my passing away father-in-law in hospice and at his funeral. So it's very deeply me. Thank you.
Rose and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and fat canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds, illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at
Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel, as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go. And if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow
It's love's illusions I recall.
I really don't know love at all.
Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way.
But now old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed.
Something's lost, but something's That brings us to our last piece, and my last confession of the night. My first dream was an opera. It was to be in a boy band. Yeah, I know. I love those cheesy tunes and those overly romantic lyrics. They're often nonsensical. And this leads us to our last artist, who is also a former boy band member, Robbie Williams. He's been a favorite of mine since the late 90s. His songs are catchy, a bit cheeky, but also filled with raw honesty, deep-seated insecurity, and a vulnerability about feeling like an imposter, desperately wanting acceptance, which I think many artists struggle with. I know I certainly do. And I think one of the lyrics at the end of the song sums up tonight's program perfectly. You said you wanted all my secrets, so I showed you all my demons. Do you love me now? And that's exactly what tonight's been all about. Sharing honestly and hoping for acceptance. Before we end things, I wanted to thank everybody who made tonight possible. Daniel, Colin, Andrea, the university and School of Music, Ben, my colleagues on the voice faculty, my wife, and all of you here and watching on the live stream. Thank you for listening and sharing this journey with me. Choices that we make, we're the masters of our own